What's up guys, John Killingsworth here, and if you keep wondering, why do I disappear all of a sudden? Why do I release a video and then I disappear for a month and a half and not come back? What's up with that? Well, the reason why is because I figured out a technique, I figured out a methodology as to how to maximize productivity by cutting out all distractions, literally everything that is secondary to the main task. That's what I've been doing. And yes, YouTube is incredibly important. YouTube is my bread and butter. This is what I do. But actually, because I was working on this insane monstrosity of a program, I had to put YouTube to the side so I can focus literally full time on this new program, basically, which is called the Quarter Life Mastery, which is a program about how to master your quarter life and beyond, how to overcome your quarter life crisis by finding clarity and purpose. So that's the program, and I just want to show it to you here. So this is basically the program here, Quarter Life Mastery, and this is what I've been working on the last 2 months or so. If you're a millennial, you're struggling through a quarter life crisis, you're not sure what you want to do with your life, you're not exactly sure where you're going to go in the future, you don't know what your direction is, this is exactly what you need. Usually I charge quite an amount for this, but I've decided to set a free training, actually a free webinar training that you can watch by simply, going on the link I'm going to put at the bottom of this video. It's going to say free webinar training. You basically just have to sign up, and this is basically a free preview of the whole program you get for free. It's going to tell you the main components to overcoming a quarter life crisis. So you're going to learn in this free training, how to find your purpose, the 4 only things that you need to overcome your quarter life crisis, and also I'm going to demystify all the lies that society has brainwashed you with in order to remain miserable and remain lost and confused in your life. This is really cutting edge stuff. This is stuff I had never released on YouTube, and it's really extensive. The videos you see on YouTube are kind of shorter, but the webinar training is really structured, really to help you also to engineer that, for you to realize the truth and to start engineering that change, that deep identity level change in you. So this is massive. So you can go by clicking on the link below. There's going to be a link to the webinar. You just have to sign up, and then you'll be redirected to the webinar page depending on the time that you booked. You just have to click on the link on time, and then you'll be set to watch the free webinar. Going back on the topic of this video, it's sometimes in life you have to sacrifice everything in order to focus, right? So sometimes you might have to even sacrifice, some of your friends, for example. Like, for example, me, after I was done with university and college, I cut out literally, 80% of my friends. I had like 50, 60, 70 friends, quote unquote, that weren't really like close friends, but just kind of friends. I cut them all out because it was just too much to manage. It's like I couldn't keep up with everyone, and it's like if I want to maintain that social group, I needed to hang out with them. And with this quantity of people, we're talking like almost, 2 to 3 to 4 times a week, you're gonna hang out with those people, and it was just too much socializing for me. And so I decided to cut everything out and focus on my channel. After you cut this out, after you sacrifice certain things, if you want to go deeper, you might even have to sacrifice even more things, right? Of course, you're not going to sacrifice your sleep, your health, your diet, and all that. Those are incredibly fundamental just to function as a human. But you might have to sacrifice maybe time spent playing video games, maybe time spent on social media. Those are easy things to sacrifice. Even more than that, you start with sacrificing the little things, then you can eventually sacrifice slightly bigger things. So for example, friends for me was, I thought it was something important, but I sacrificed that. I even sacrificed, some of the time I would spend with my actual close friends, right? Before, I remember at a certain point in my life, I used to go out, twice a week, even 3 times a week with my close friends. And, once I started Nameless, I had to cut that down to maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks even, or sometimes even less, because of the demand that, my purpose, demands, basically. When you discover your purpose, when you discover what you need to do with your life, you have to cut everything out to focus on that thing. And the key here is focus. And focus is, a lot of people, they think that, how do you focus? Well, you just focus, you just do the thing. Beyond just focusing, how you focus is you remove all the excessive things that are blocking you from being able to focus. So all the distractions. And how do you focus is you don't do distraction. That's what Sam Oven says, one of my business gurus that I follow. He says, how do you focus? You remove distraction. That's what you do. Then you will find this newfound level of focus that you didn't know that you had before. And this is key. This is truly key to changing your life and making a change. Because you can't, the self-development industry, the self-help industry, all these self-help videos, you're bombarded with all these videos all the time, okay? You go on YouTube, now with all your recommendations, maybe you saw this video because it's popped up in your recommendations, right? The problem with that is that you get distracted, by this video, by my video even. The problem with that is then you can't focus. You can't focus on what's truly meaningful. Then you're trying to, focus on being productive. Instead, you're going to watch a video on productivity. And then you're going to watch this video about that, and then you can be distracted by this technique and that technique here. And often, you can do a process of elimination, 80-20 analysis, where you look at the 20% that truly matters and you remove the 80% that doesn't really matter. I found that making these weekly YouTube videos was great. It's something I really enjoy, but at this particular time, when the main thing was to work on this new program and this new free webinar training, I had to cut everything else. And by doing that, honestly, I found this sort of newfound joy in like the deep work. I've achieved a level of depth in my work that was so deep that I don't think I've ever achieved that level of depth before. And it's like, it's not just deep work as in you work only 2-4 hours uninterrupted. That's not it. Literally, you go monk mode. You close everything off. You close the outside world and you work on this thing for 2 months straight, every single day, from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep. I'm shooting this video at like 8 a.m. It's like 8-10 a.m. right now where I am, and it's still dark outside. Well, a bit of light, but it's still pretty damn dark. And so that's it's became such a habit, working every single day and sort of going monk mode on a thing that I realized, man, like, people could achieve so much. Like, people, what it takes them 2 to 3 years to achieve, they could literally achieve in 2 months. Literally achieve in 2 months if they just focus. If they just focused for 2 months, they could achieve this thing. They could, and people don't do that. Why? Because they are lazy, they are unable to focus, they are distracted, they're not willing to do these sacrifices necessary in order to achieve what they want in life. And it's all about sacrifice. Sacrifice, if you don't sacrifice for your goal will become the sacrifice, right? If you don't sacrifice for your goals, your goal will become the sacrifice. So you have to look at what's most important, right? Always what's most important. And then, yes, afterwards, if you're done with the thing that's most important, then you can do other things. And I even cut down on like certain hobbies, right? I played the guitar less, while I was work on this program at some point. I played less video games. I hung out with my friends a bit less, and this is how I was able to really be more productive than I've ever been in my life. So on that note, make sure you check out the free training, link in the description below. You just click on where it says free webinar training. You just select the time and you'll put in your name, email address, and then you'll be sent the link to attend the free training. Now that I'm done with this program, now that I'm already starting to recover from my burnout, I'm feeling a lot better, as you can probably tell with all this productivity that I've put in. I'm most likely going to get back to making weekly videos, maybe not now, but soon. Hopefully I should get back to a normal pace now that the program is out, now that I want to promote it, now that I want to help other people to get access to it. So I'm gonna be making more videos from now on, probably be doing possibly some live streams soon as well. So make sure you subscribe, click on the notification bell so you get updated on that. On that note, don't forget, click on the link below to access the free webinar. Sign up there, and I'll see you on the free training. Peace.